it was just pure doubt. Like I was in my mind a lot, like, oh my God, what did I do? This is every month I have to pay this amount of money. How is there an insurance fee on MasterCard that I can ever get it back? Can I still quit? You know, all these things were coming up. Like I said, the analytical mind it's strong, you know. And then I got on the first, like I started on Saturday. I had my first, all the things that were in there. And then I was like, okay, it's pretty interesting. And then I was on my first group call. And then I felt like, oh, after the first group call, I felt, whoa, okay, this is interesting. This is definitely something that is helping a lot of people. Like in the first group call, one of the guys shared a lot on what he was experiencing. And he was already, I think, in week 7 or 8. And I was blown away. I was like, okay, this is legit. This is something really powerful and something I want to explore more. And I'm gonna put my whole being into it. Just being there, being with the guys, being in the group, uh, putting my full attention to the program. And yeah,
Yeah.
after that first group call, I was sold. That was definitely the point. I was sold. Because of all those practices, I gained a lot of the 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 energy that was there, of course, and that was one of the main goals. The main goal that I had was to direct my sexual energy in a proper manner, and I know how to do it now. Like I feel that I can put it in the right channels. I feel that I can be way more aware and effective in other areas of life. Um, and one of the more profound things that I've noticed was that I'm way more in touch with my emotions.
Mm.
Um, had some pretty intense emotional releases as well, and I feel more that I can be in touch with others in others' emotions as well. So feeling more empathy towards others. That's something that I never felt with the same awareness that I'm at right now. Um, Besides that, I have a deeper, I feel that I've gained a deeper understanding of myself, or at least in how far we can define that. Also, some part of the astrology was really interesting, getting more to really see what my temperament is and how I can use that to be better in my practices, to be better in my relationships, to be just a better person in general. And to, besides that, I gained, I think that's the most beautiful thing that the program gave me. I gained way more clarity on what I'm here to do, what is my purpose in life, and um, just being able to see that whatever I've been doing and including this is all just a piece of the puzzle. It's all just a part of my purpose. It's all, every single mission is just benefiting my purpose in the end. So that's something that I've got way more clarity on. I can, let's say, move my energy. Then I feel it in a kind of a pushing or pulling sensation along basically the midline of the body. So let's say around the spinal cord, it feels like there is a surge of energy moving. That's what's in practice. And outside of practice, like throughout the days, I also feel way more the movement of energy. Whenever I have certain emotions, whenever I have certain thoughts, whenever I have certain also even physical activities. Whenever I stop for a moment and be present uh, in that very moment, I just feel my energy moving in different ways than before. Um, and it feels like kind of like how you would see a diagram or something from a blood flowing throughout your body. Is basically
Mm.
that you kind of feel that, like you
Mm.
feel that movement of your energy throughout your body. So it's a subtle feeling, and you definitely, I feel that the more I'm present, of course, the more I feel it, and that's the besides that, it's just a general sense of having more energy, just feeling that you're way more capable of doing more things than before without draining yourself, without getting to that point of mental and physical exertion, uh, just the mental and physical exertion that you usually get when you're not able to control that energy. And it was super beneficial. I just started my second cycle the first week, and I feel that all the practices are already at a total different level. It's crazy how I'm like already surpassing levels that I was in my previous cycle. I think it's for everyone who can be open-minded to any kind of practice. Everyone will benefit from it in one way or another. The only question I would ask someone is, are you completely satisfied with your life you're living right now? Do you feel that whatever you're doing is contributing to your purpose? Do you even know what your purpose is? If you cannot answer one of those questions, or at least all three of them, like if you cannot answer properly all three of those questions, so if you don't know what your life's purpose is, if you don't know whether it's contributing to your life's purpose, and if you don't feel satisfied with your life, go on, join the program. Whatever cost there is, you're gonna get a lot out of it. Like afterwards, I've seen men coming out of this program. I've read testimonials. I've seen testimonials of other men. I haven't met a man who joined this program that got out of the program and was like, I know them before. I don't know what my life's purpose is. I don't know what I'm here for. Everyone coming out of this program has, at least for as far as I know, has gained this sense of, let's say, introspection, that you can actually be in yourself, be with yourself, and from there, just be a man as a man should be. So that's what I would say. I would ask those questions, and I would ask them to answer them. And if they don't know the answers, join the program, join it, be open-minded, be there, be present, listen, and share. I think the most important part of a group was sharing. Whatever there's to share, is there's other men benefiting from your sharings, and there's other men helping you. I elaborate more on those sharings as well. So for whoever, whichever men are watching this, if they're already done the program, I would like to congratulate them on being on the program, on gaining this experience, this wisdom that they got right now. And whoever is watching now, I just want to tell you, you're nothing different than any of the men joined this program. We've all experienced a lot of things in life up in this to this point, and deep down inside, we can all benefit from the knowledge and the wisdom in this program to eventually just be man that we wish to see in this world. And in that way, the whole planet will benefit from this program. And that's, I think, the most powerful thing we can get out of this program, is that we leave this place a lot better than we found it.